So now that we figured out your seats, and that seating chart will be back there every class, okay? And I'll be better at it. Last night when I was setting up the BenQ board at like 9:30, I forgot to put door in front and all that stuff on all those sheets. So, but they'll probably change here as we go along within a week or so. This is pre-algebra. This is where you should be. At some point in time, and I think we're actually planning on doing it tomorrow, but you should look at your schedule, and you should make sure that you have pre-algebra every day. Okay? On Mondays, it's 3 mods. On Tuesdays, it's only 2 mods. On Wednesdays, like today, and Thursday, like tomorrow, it's 3 mods again. And then on Friday, it's only 2 mods. So check your schedule, make sure that we'll do what we call a phase check tomorrow, and we'll have you write down what mods you have class in. Now, we have baskets up here for when you go to turn stuff in. So you'll have turn in stuff. So yes, technically my name is Linsmeyer, but everybody here just calls me Linz. Okay, right? So it's not that there's a third teacher here. Okay, it's that we just got that stuff. Okay? Things that you need for this class. Okay? Now, just so you are aware, most of the day today, you're going to get a lot of rules. Okay? You're going to get a lot of class expectations and all that stuff. And yeah, we're going to go through some today, but we're going to kind of say these, instead of doing them all at once, we're going to kind of go over a little bit of them today, refresh those tomorrow, go over some new ones, and so on and so forth throughout the course of the first couple of days of class, just because then it's not just so overwhelming. Okay? But what you need today, you picked up when you came in, is that white packet. Can I borrow your packet for 1 second? Awesome, thank you. Okay? So this white packet. Okay? Now, what you should do with this white packet is, because you probably don't have a 3-ring binder yet, you might, or you might have a folder, but you need to have some kind of organizer for this class. Preferably a 3-ring binder, because we'll 3-hole punch everything. Okay? And then it's easy. You can get it and get it out. It's kind of protected a little bit, just so you know. Okay? But again, but for now, make sure you put your name up at the top of that. Okay? Now that packet is your notes. So that's where you're going to take all your notes. You don't need to have a separate notebook for your notes or anything like that. We'll give you a note packet. Okay? Then the purple one that you came up with, that's your cover sheet. So what we're going to do with that is, in your 3-ring binder that we're going to want you to get, you're going to have a cover sheet so you know where Unit A starts. And then you'll have a different colored sheet. That'll be where Unit B starts, and so on and so forth. And so we'll kind of organize stuff in a nice 3-ring binder. Okay? You're going to want to have a pencil. Okay? Math, which I've been teaching for a long time. Both Mrs. Hill and I are 2 of actually there's 5 of us that are all pretty much at the same kind of level. Actually, there's 6. They're all at the same kind of teaching experience level. We're one of the veterans. Like, we've been here the longest. I came here in 2000, in the fall of 2000, when I started teaching in class. So this is my 24th year of teaching in class. Okay? Okay? So, and since that time, I found lots of people trying to use pen, because people like writing in pen, because it doesn't smear. You know, some of these like shell pens and stuff, they're the side of your hand. Right-handed. Where you get the smear on the side of your hand. Okay. So pencil is good. Plus, why do we do that in pencil? We can erase. I'm not gonna lie to you. Mistakes are gonna happen, and you're gonna make a mistake. Am I gonna I going to scream and holler at you because you made a mistake? Every mistake is a chance to learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect, especially me. And if you don't believe me, walk about 20 feet out the door straight and go into that office on the other side of the hallway and ask my wife. Side note, my wife is in the office. Right? So, yeah. Okay? And then a good attitude. Okay? Now, every day, is everybody going to have a great attitude coming into class? We get it. But you know what? We're going to fake it till we make it. Okay? Okay? We're gonna come in, we're gonna have a good attitude. Okay? We might have stuff going on in our lives, and that's fine. Okay? You know, if you've got something going on, let me know about it. You know, don't have to know every single detail, but just say, hey, I'm happy. It's an off day. Okay. Good to know. Right? And someday you'll probably be able to figure it out. If I'm having an off day, you'll probably figure it out within the first like 4 seconds. Okay? But I'm trying, you know. Okay? All right. So a couple of general rules, right? You know, like we were just talking about that attitude, okay? You know, just come, right? So it's not so much a good attitude, but just come open and ready to have something new. I don't want to say thrown at you, but presented to you. You know, have something. Be ready. Just be ready. Have an open mind. Like you can do this. Right? That kind of mindset. Open, a growth mindset. Okay? We do like to show everybody respect. Okay? And that also, I mean, that comes back with attitude too. You know, I mean, I could sit here and I could pick on Ancha as much as I want, right, buddy? Right? Did you go to help on the phone? Okay. And I can get, he's in my home. So he gets to spend, you know, the better part of an hour and a half with me every day. Okay? Right? So, respect. Okay? It's all about respect. Okay? Right? Bathroom breaks. Go before class. Okay? On your way to class, if you gotta go then. Okay? Or come right away. Lynn, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay? Kind of deal. But after that, once, and this is for both Mrs. Hill and I, once we start teaching, then unless it's a dire emergency, okay, all right, then it's wait until we have work time. Typically, on a 3-mod day, okay, we usually tend to teach the first half of the class and then give you work time the second half of the class. Because math is a participatory sport, meaning you gotta be doing it. You gotta get your hands dirty in order to do it. You gotta just do it. We're gonna give you time to do that. So if you have questions, you can ask them. Okay? Please, no phones out during class. And I say that, and I didn't have to. Okay? Please, no phones out. And if you have one of these smart watches, okay, please don't be oh, I can just text on my smartwatch and I can just read all my text messages and I can just you know, like the fact that the sun's out in Florida right now. Okay? I don't know if you guys have seen anything, but there's a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico right now, a pretty big one. And my parents live in Florida, so they were hurricane watching yesterday. They watched it go past their house. Water, beverage, I'll even extend it to like Gatorades and everything. Just if you have it in a capped beverage. Okay? So bottles, yes. Cans, no. Why? Why do we not want just cans? Why do we want covered? Spill it, okay? Spill it. Because one, it's going to be humid next week. Okay? Alright? So if you spill something, the chances of it actually drying, like that day, are slim. right? So just if you got a water bottle, great. If you know, I'd even coffee cups with covers, you know, with the covers so that they don't spill, that kind of thing. Great, perfect, great wonder. Okay. No food or drink unless there's lunch conflict. For you guys, it would be a breakfast conflict. Okay, but hopefully you can. Because I think the food's open before homeroom too, and so just go grab it before homeroom. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Here we go. Taking notes. So back to that white notepad. We're gonna fill that sucker up, and it's super important that you write down some notes in there because look at number 1. Okay. What does number 1 say? You can use it for a test, like open note testing. Okay. But if you don't have anything written down, you're only hurting yourself. You're not offending. If you don't write anything down in your notes packet, you are not offending me. Okay? You are, the only thing that you're doing is you're hurting yourself. Okay? So just so you know, and that's another reason why having that binder, having that folder just dedicated to this class, super important. So you can grab your notes every day, and you can use your notes on testing days. Speaking of which, Mrs. Hill hasn't updated it yet, but she has much better handwriting than I do. Okay, but we will have this over here is our calendar. We're the only class in this room, so we can take over. So we have a calendar right there. Okay. There is no textbook for this class. You, in these note packets, are creating your own textbook for this class. Okay? So, just so you know. Plus, the more times you write something down, the more it's apt to get into long-term memory. Short-term memory, you know, you use it and forget it. And okay? The more times you write something down, the more times you say something aloud, the more times that goes into long-term memory, and then it just becomes second. All right. Do this. Okay. So name as many sets of numbers as you can. So I'm going to start this out. Now this is going to be kind of like an open discussion. Okay. So if you come up with one, shout it out. Okay. All right. So the first one is negative numbers. Negative numbers would be a set of numbers. There's a bunch of negative numbers. Okay? Give me another one. Positive numbers. You got it, buddy. Can you come up with another one? Integers. Yep. Another one? I need to think of a bunch more. So we'll take 5 more. What do you got? Irrational numbers. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a irrational. Irrational numbers. I'll take 4 more. Natural? You're just looking down at it, aren't you? You're just looking down, aren't you? But it's true. Naturals are, yeah. We'll get into what those all are in a minute. Think of, and I like that you guys are looking ahead. That's awesome. But let's think, like, without looking down. Like, because I know the next one's going to be whole, right? Yeah. Kind of odd that you guys are looking down. Even numbers is one, yeah! Give me another one right away. Probably odd numbers, yeah. Anybody come up with another one? Other than whole, because whole's on the sheet. What's decimal? Decimal. We classify numbers as decimals. Decimal number. Now, I'm going to say a bad word here too. Okay? It starts with F. Fractions. Yeah. Okay. You were thinking I was going to say something else, didn't you? Okay. So all those are different kinds of numbers. All are different kinds of sets of numbers. Okay. Now, this is just a thought-provoking question, because every once in a while I have them. Can one number be in multiple of those that we have listed? Yeah? Can anybody think of an example of one number that could be in, let's say, 3 of those? 1? Okay. What sets does the number 1, which sets does the number 1 fall into? Positive numbers, yes. So it falls into that one. Whole numbers, odd numbers. Any other ones? Would it fall? It would as it's written, would it fall into decimals? No, it wouldn't. Okay. But if we went 1.0, it would, right? Yeah. Okay. Any other ones up there? It's an integer. Okay. Now this was gonna blow your mind. Okay. It's a fraction. What? How is 1 a fraction? There's no fraction. Right? 1 over what? 1. 1 over 1. Okay? And we just don't write that over 1 side in that. So technically it's a fraction. Okay? So the number 1 falls into, what was that? 5. Actually, to be honest with you too, it's a natural number too. Okay? Plus it's a whole number, which is another one that we'll get into here momentarily. Okay? So that number 1 falls into a bunch of those categories. So a number can be in multiple categories, multiple different sets. Okay? All right. So the real numbers. Now we have out there something called real numbers, and then as you progress in the maths, in the numbers, you'll find that there's not real numbers. We call those numbers imaginary numbers. Okay? We're only going to focus in on real numbers this year. Okay? So real numbers, so a rational number is any number that you can think of. The technical term for a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. Rational number. Oh yeah, there is definitions of them. Okay? I think I got them on the next page. Whole numbers, do I have rational in here too? Oh, there it is, way down there. Rational numbers. Okay? So a rational number, I'm going to be flipping back and forth between the slides here. Any number that can be written, I got to get it off. Okay. So a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction, including integers. If it's written as a decimal, the decimal must end or it must repeat. Okay? Any number that can be written as a fraction or a decimal, including integers. If written as a decimal, the decimal must end or repeat. By repeat, I mean like 8.3333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333333or 7.123123123123123123123312331. Okay? Everybody got it? We may need more time. One more time? That's fine. Let's go back one here now. Okay, all right. So now, then we have the next set of groups, the next subset of rational numbers is something called integers. And integers takes away the decimals and fractions. Okay? So integers takes away 8.2. 8.2 is a rational number. I can write it as a fraction. 82 over 100. Okay? 8 and 2 tenths. Okay? An integer takes away that 0.2 part. So 8 is an integer. 16 is an integer. Negative 300 is an integer. Okay? No fractions, no decimals. Okay? So let's look at that one. And that is this one. And that is positive and negative whole numbers. So no decimals, no fractions. Then, as a subset of the whole number, or of integers, then you have whole numbers. And a whole number is the natural numbers plus 0. For some reason, I don't know why. Let me just look. The irrationals are down there. I don't know why the natural numbers aren't down there. Well, I started outside and I was working my way in. I should have started inside and working my way out. Yeah. Yeah. So let's go back here, and we'll go here. Okay. So integers are no decimals, no fractions. Whole numbers are positive and negative integers. With 0. Okay. So positive and negative integers with 0. And natural numbers is just the positive integers. Okay. So natural numbers is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Okay. Whole numbers is all of them, including 0. Okay. Integers and so on. Okay. Then we've got these things called irrational numbers. Okay. And irrational numbers are numbers that are not rational. So we can't write them as a fraction, okay, or a decimal. Okay. These have decimals that never end and never repeat. Irrational, the IR is the negative. Okay. Unrational would be another way of irrational numbers. Move that up. So, we're going to start with integers. If you look at Unit A on the purple page, it says that Unit A is integers. Okay? So, let's build a number line with just integers only. Okay? So, my question to you is, where should we start our number line? In the middle. What number should go right smack dab in the middle? 0. Yep, exactly. Let's put 0 somewhere in the middle. Now, if you're not exact with your middleness of your middle, that's fine. I'm not going to judge you. Judgment free zone up here. Okay? So I'm going to say that that right there is my 0 because it looks to be right smack dab in the middle. If you're off by 1 or 2, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay? Then, if we go 1 unit to the right, what would that be? Positive, because positive is in the right direction, right? Okay. So on a number line, positive numbers go to the right. Or if you notice on all of your desks, you have a vertical number line on all of your desks. Okay, right? So then positive would go in the upwards direction. Okay? What about negative? Which is the negative direction? Left. Left is the negative direction. Okay? So left is the negative direction. So each dash mark on our number line is going to represent one whole unit. So if I go 1 to the right, that would be positive 1. If I go 2 to the right, 1, 2, that would be 2. 1, right? Okay. 3 to the right, 4 to the right, 5, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, sometimes when you're on number line, that's a lot of like writing, right, for every single time. So sometimes people will say, okay, well that's 5, but then now let's go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that we're not writing as much. You know what I mean? And 10 is 10 units to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Yeah? And so on and so forth. Oh my gosh. Oh my Anta. Okay? Now, if I'm going the other way, I'm going to the left. Now, it's the same thing, but I gotta put a negative sign out in front. So that would be negative 1. And then that would be negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. And those, you're getting kind of like, because there's more right, there's 2 things out there. You can put that negative sign there too, right? So that's where for sure people would go 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So on and so forth. You can go every other. Okay? So on. But beyond that, so everybody's got a wonderful number line. Awesome. So now we can put stuff on that number line. Okay? So we're going to put the following points on the number line. So first off, how we put points on the number line, we're going to put a dot on our number line, and then right above that dot, we're going to put the corresponding letter. So if I want to put 5 on my number line, I'm going to start at 0, and I'm going to go, okay, well, 5 is positive, right? So which direction am I going? I'm going to the right, okay? And I got to count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I put a dot there, and I say that that is point A. B is -5. Which direction do I go now from 0? Left. Okay, so I'm going left, which for me actually right now is right. Okay. Looking in a different direction. Okay. So I'm going right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Dot. Left. Where would -3 be? Where would -1 be? You put C and D on your paper right now. Yeah. Awesome. C and D on there. Love it. All right. You try these ones now. Put for me A, B, C, and D on your number line. A should be there. B should be there. C should be there. And D should be there. Agree? Look at you guys. Love it. Anybody not agree? Stay happy. Okay. Ooh, let's expand our number line a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Go for it. Try A, B, C, and D once again. It might help you to say, okay, well, so here's one, so this one would be -2, 3, -4, 5, -6, 7, -8, 9, -10, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, kind of put a little scaling on your number line, especially when you get big number lines like that, so that you can count once and then you can put the numbers on where they need to be. Okay. So -9 should be way over here. Second dash mark is where it should be. -7 should be right here. 6 is going to be over here. And -5. Good time. I think there's one more, right? I think that's the last one. Yep. Cool. We got it inside. Okay. So put those on a number line. One last time. More practice is better. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means that A is way over there. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, which means that B. There. Good so far? Good. C. And D. Good. Love. Okay. All right. So as I had alluded to earlier, so the purpleness of your cover page will also correspond to all of your homework for this unit, for Unit A, will also be purpley. Okay? So this homework, you have 10 minutes to work on it here in class. You can use your notes. You can use the number lines that are on your desk if you need to. You can all that stuff. And if you notice, there's 3-hole punch too. So if you haven't gotten yourself a binder or a folder, there's what, make sure you get yourself one. Okay? Good times. No, my day's doing great. What would be the important question after I just handed out the homework? When's it due? When do you think it should be due? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Okay. Definitely want to get it done. Plus, I think it's only one-sided, right? Yeah, one side.